This is another Pokemon Go YouTube video. So basically, since we've had the game, we've always asked ourselves, what Pokemon should I power up? Now, as of 2024, I have the 6 Pokemon that you should power up because ever since Mega Evolution have come into the game, they've come with a different host of benefits. When you have a Pokemon Mega Evolved, it will stay Mega Evolved for 8 hours of real game time, and then whenever you catch a Pokemon of the same type of that Mega Evolution, you'll have a higher chance of getting more XL Candy, a very rare thing in the game, a very rare material in the game needed to power up Pokemon. So I recommend if you're lucky enough to have any perfect Mega Pokemon, level those up, power that up. Those are definitely going to be helping you in not only gaining resources, but also in battles against both Team Rocket and in raids. The next Pokemon I definitely recommend you powering up are, well, if you're lucky enough, a 4-star legendary or mythical or ultra beast, one of the very rare high attack power type Pokemon in the game. These legendary Pokemon or mythical ultra beasts, all these Pokemon are harder to get, more rare in the game, and so the chances of getting a 4-star 15-15-15 version of these, I unfortunately still haven't accomplished this feat. But if you have, I definitely recommend using your resources to power that Pokemon up. Strong raid attackers. Let's say you have a really good Venusaur and you need a good grass attacker. Well, Mega Venusaur isn't a bad grass attacker to try and to try and power up. But also, if you have Kartana and you have a 15-15-15 Kartana, that is the best grass attacker in the game, and that is something you want to power up. When it comes to perfect Pokemon, I definitely recommend taking those all the way up to level 50, because after all, you can't get much better than a perfect Pokemon. However, for the next 2 categories, I recommend only taking your Pokemon to level 40, meaning if you're not beyond level 30, this doesn't attain to you anyway, but after you get to level 30, you can potentially take your Pokemon all the way to level 40, and that's the highest level you can get your Pokemon to. So for these next 2 categories, I recommend only taking your Pokemon to level 40 unless you have a high amount of materials of these Pokemon. So Pokemon commonly used against Team Rocket are going to be very good Pokemon to power up. For instance, I don't have a perfect Lucario, but Lucario equipped with Power Up Punch is amazing against Team Rocket Grunts and Team Rocket leaders, heck, even against Giovanni. Something that might be a little harder to obtain a perfect of, but a very strong Shadow Pokemon, specifically something with a 15 attack. Now, if you are lucky enough to get a perfect Shadow Pokemon, definitely take that all the way to level 50. That is so rare, and that is going to be such a strong Pokemon. But if you only have a 3-star 15, 14, 14 Swampert, you still might want to max that out, because that's going to be one of the strongest ground attackers in the game, along with one of the strongest water attackers. Another reason why I actually wouldn't recommend taking some of the Shadow Pokemon all the way to level 50 is because not only are the resources harder to get, but the Stardust, it's gonna require a little more Stardust, but also some of these Pokemon, for instance, if it has a Mega Evolution, you can't Mega Evolve a Shadow Pokemon. This is why, again, I would max out your perfect Shadow Pokemon, of course, but if you have a Shadow Pokemon that's a really strong attacker, but you don't want to use all the resources to take it to level 50, because you can't Mega Evolve it anyway, that's totally fine. The last Pokemon I recommend you powering up is whatever Pokemon is special to you. If you love Pikachu, but you don't have a perfect or a shiny Pikachu in Pokemon Go, but you really want to use the resources to power up, go for it. After all, this game is all about how you want to play it and what you would like to do. All of these Pokemon I recommended for you to power up are just at the end of the day, recommendations after all. So power up what you think is going to be fun and special to you. But these Pokemon that I've mentioned previously are going to be some of the ones that I definitely recommend you power up first. That's all I have for today's Pokemon Go video. If you liked, or if you didn't, please like anyway, because I'm a sensitive little boy. Subscribe and follow, share, do whatever makes this thing see more eyes. Thank you, and bye!